All right, hello again. We are going to go over the Wolf Survival Lab, aka Carrying Capacity Lab. I'm not sure why I double named it, but you'll see it in Google Classroom as Carrying Capacity Lab. Got it highlighted there. All right, so we're going to need a few things. We're going to need to understand what carrying capacity is first. You should have already watched the Edpuzzle. It's very short. Answer a few questions. You got the attendance link at the end. Yeah. And then we're going to do this lab, obviously. So some background, carrying capacity may be defined as the ability of a given unit to supply food, water, shelter, and other necessary space to wildlife species. It is the largest population the unit can support on a year-round basis or during the most critical season. Right? So this means that not just organisms, but species in one specific area are competing for food, shelter, water, predation, and they're also at risk of disease, weather issues, natural disasters, and even human activities. Those can all affect the wildlife in one area, including its carrying capacity. So the purpose of this lab is to describe the importance of carrying capacity for wildlife and to compare how human interference can affect this wildlife and its rate of survival. What we're going to do in this lab is, like I said, we're going to use wolves today. Okay, we are going to use wolves. Take a look at the instructions. This is here for you to reference, but I'm going to kind of just talk through it because I already know what the instructions say. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with, under lab, we're going to start off with a dice sheet, okay, and then we've got a records sheet. So our records sheet is where we're recording the information, and the dice sheet is where we get, we're going to use a set of dice to represent chance. So we roll the dice, and that'll tell us, whatever the number we get is. Okay, so if we get dice that add up to 3, so like 2 and a 1, that adds up to 3, then we're going to subtract 1 wolf from our wolf population. Okay, then we'll record it on this sheet here, and we will record why one of those wolves was subtracted. So it looks like the wolf was subtracted because one of them died. So we'll say 1 wolf died, 1 wolf died, wolf subtracted population. Okay, and then you will continue. You'll do this for all 15 years. And obviously, I'm not going to expect that all of you just have dice laying around in front of you. And a good way to demonstrate how this lab is going to work is I've already got a digital dice roller. If you click on the link, it takes you here. So it's a digital dice. And we're going to go through we're going to go up to year 4, and we're going to stop there. We're going to do it together. So let's practice. By the way, you're obviously starting with 5 wolves in year 1. And then we rolled the dice. We got 2 6s, okay, double 6s. And we basically went back to this sheet and said, okay, well, if I get a double 6, oh, there's double 6. I add 1. I get an extra pup this year. Great. So then I add 1 to the population. That totals to 6. That means I start year 2 off with 6 pups. Every year you're going to add 3 pups because obviously these 3 wolves have had babies. So we got 3 pups to add to the population. That makes a total of 9. Now we're going to roll the dice. I got 7. 6 plus 1 equals 7. So adds up to 7. Go back to the previous slide. Dice adds up to 7. Make no change. Pack lives well for the year. Great. So now you can just put your explanation. Pack lives well. Lives well for a year. Okay. But you are going to then say, all right, total stays at 9, nothing changes. Go to your 3. Again, we're still starting with 9. We're going to add 3 wolves because puppies. 9 plus 3 equals 12. Now it's time to roll the dice again. 3. Okay, so adds up to 3. Look at our reference sheet. Dice adds up to 3, subtract 1, 1 pop dies. So adds up to 3. Give our explanation, 1 pup dies. And we're going to show our math here. 12 minus 1 equals 11. That's why year 4, we're going to start off with 11 pups. 11 plus 3 equals 14. You'll roll the dice, all right? Obviously, yours is going to look different from everyone else's because your dice is not going to hit the same number every single time. That's the idea. Once you've completely filled in your record sheet, you're going to go to game number 2, right? Notice these green ones say game 1 without human interference. The blue record sheets say game 2 with human interference. So now some of these explanations have changed slightly. There could be food shortage that kills half the pack. Humans could kill some of the pack. There's also diseases, which would definitely affect the pack a bit more. Getting hit by a car, that's obviously going to affect that. All right, so you'll do the same thing with game 2. You'll just make sure to stay in the blue. Okay, so slides 8 and 9 go together. Once you've done the record sheets for this one as well, then you'll move on to the discussion questions. Not many discussion questions, really shouldn't take you long. You're going to use the information that you've gathered from both games in order to answer the following questions about carrying capacity and human interference. So it starts on slide 11. What are examples of limiting factors in an environment? Explain carrying capacity. Discussing the difference between having human interference versus without. And boom, 6 questions. That's it. Let me know if you have any questions. You can send them to me via email, Remind, or through Google Classroom, private or public, it doesn't matter. I will answer it. Yeah, but good luck.